Hi, Ben here from TridentFlyFishing.com. Today we've got a great new comparison test for you. We're comparing the Simms G3 guide boot to the Simms G4 BOA boot. Both of these boots are top of the line and new for 2014, and both of them are packed with awesome features. We'll start by walking you through the Simms G4 BOA. The first thing you'll notice about the G4 boot is it's got the BOA enclosure system. This is not Simms' first time using the BOA. They used it on the now discontinued Rivertech BOA boot, but they've modified it a little bit for the G4. The first major change is that it features a single BOA wire, which presumably makes it a little bit less prone to breakage than the Rivertech. I used the Rivertech for a couple of years without any problems, but we have heard of people breaking that boot out in the field. The other thing you'll notice is that it's a side enclosure, so you really have to pull this boot open to get your foot in. The next thing that really stands out on the G4 is its spaceship-like looks. You've got TPU-coated textiles, synthetic leather on the upper, plus some silicone pads here, which help in those key wear areas. All in all, this is not a classic looking Simms boot, but really fits into their line nicely look and feel wise. It's also fully neoprene lined for added warmth and comfort, just like you'd expect from Simms. Now let's turn to the G3. The G3 is a very classic looking Simms boot. It really falls in line to what you've seen from the Simms G3 guide boot for years and years, but with some updated features. It's got a little bit of this TPU coated nylon, but you'll still notice the same leather uppers that are waterproof. It's got the same fully neoprene lined inner for warmth and added comfort, and lots of ankle support. Now both of these boots feature the new Rivertread sole. The Rivertread sole adds what Simms calls proprioception. What that means for you is that you're going to get added feel and added grip on the river bottom. Unlike the hard soles that you've seen in the past, the Rivertread sole flexes a little bit, which allows your feet to get that added feedback, makes you a little bit more stable. The other thing about the Rivertread sole is that it features mounting points for your cleats. You can't just haphazardly mount your cleats wherever you'd like you could in the past, but rather there are specific locations that are optimized by Simms to give you maximum grip in the water. So again, starting with the performance of the G4, the first thing I noticed was when I put them on is the BOA enclosure. Unlike the old Rivertech BOA boot, the single BOA enclosure really takes a super long time to put together, which for me really seems to take a lot of the benefit out of that BOA boot. It really gave you a lot of ankle support and tightened up nicely up top, but in the midsection, it just didn't have the same security that I got with the traditional lace. And I felt like my heel was always coming up and just made it a little bit more unsteady in the water. On the other hand, the BOA is really streamlined once you get it together. There's no laces dangling, nothing to get caught in the river. I also like the added abrasion resistance points here with these silicone pads. It felt like it'd make the boot last a lot longer. Now the G3, on the other hand, was very much the opposite. It's got laces that do dangle, but I was really able to customize that fit and make them really nice and snug, which gave me that added confidence in the river. And it's still got loads of ankle support, just like we saw in the G4. Now both of these boots featured Rivertread, and that worked really well in the river. I felt like it gave me added confidence, maybe weighed out a little bit too far and a little bit too fast of water. So does Rivertread give you proprioception? I would say yes. There is added feedback, and I think the new Simms boots are definitely an upgrade in terms of tread over the original G3 guide version. The Rivertread is also a great hiking sole. It's a little bit heavier than some of the other options out there, but it gives you plenty of traction when you're hiking. So looking at these boots head to head, you've got the G4 boot, which weighs in at about 830 grams versus the 810 grams on the G3. Virtually the same, unnoticeable weight difference. The G4 is a great boot if you've got a standard foot that's going to fit well with this BOA enclosure. On the other hand, if you've got a little bit of an odd shaped foot like I do, the added customizability on the G3 made a lot of difference for me. I didn't feel my heel picking up, and I got that same traction in the water. The big selling point for this boot is going to be the BOA enclosure. So if you're a BOA fan, go with the G4. If not, save yourself a little bit of money and go with the G3. The G4 sells for $239.95. The G3 sells for $199.95. Both are available with free shipping from TridentFlyFishing.com. I'd really like to hear what you think about this review, so don't forget to leave a comment or ask a question, and most importantly, give us your sincere feedback. And if you want to talk to one of our gear experts, you can write us at support@TridentFlyFishing.com or give us a call at 888-413-5211. I'm Ben. Thanks for watching. See you next time.